Loan settled.
Settled, mate. Settled. Fucking hell.
This is a video for first home buyers and first time investors out there that are tossing between a lender that has broker representation versus a lender that has no broker representation. I'll show you the pros and cons, and hopefully this will help you with your first mortgage for your first home. Now let me first introduce you to a client of mine. Now I have permission to share this. He found me via TikTok like you guys on your FYP, went to my bio link, booked a call. How you going?
Good, mate. Good.
Your loan settled.
Settled, mate. Settled. Fucking hell.
A bit of
11th
a...
hour, mate. 11th hour. Fuck me dead.
Yeah. Now I can promise you right now, and hand on heart, and obviously if this might sound biased, if he went to a pop-up bank, those online neo banks with no broker representation, like no frills, no service, you do it yourself, you go on hold with their call center, whatever, settlement would not have happened today. No way. Because this is the first point, guys, in terms of the difference of using a bank that has broker representation versus a bank that has no broker representation is the underlying truth that precedes time, the evergreen truth, is that you pay for what you get. So the video I'm going to show you next, which shows you a sigh of relief from one of my clients that overcame a big hurdle, which would have stopped and derailed their settlement today. Let me first premise that this doesn't happen to every first home buyer, right? So I don't sound super biased, okay? So this may happen maybe 60 to maybe even 50 to 60% of the time, depending on which dumb luck or where you find yourself in the settlement journey of your property purchase. For example, this client, good income, strong deposit, however, in the unlucky category where everything was wrong with each part of the settlement towards their property purchase. At 11th hour, man, it was... Man, it was just the spanner in the works, you know, just the last thing.
So it wasn't even the signatures, man. They were just going for the titles and stuff, is it? Just standard checks.
Yeah, standard checks. That took a bit of while, but they did it last night, like you know, late in the evening, and then today they said like it's all cleared. Settlement was booked. Like I told you, the lender can book same day settlements.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, luckily we chose this lender. So some lenders, you know, they need 48 hours, 24 hours. So this, as you can hear from this video over here, not to disclose too much, there's a certain document on the 11th hour where the settlements team did an audit and found out, hey, this doesn't match with a certain title number of that property purchase. We need to stop settlement. Now, if this client went through a online pop-up bank, which a lot of first homers fall victim to, you know, the percentage is under 6%. I saw one for 5.99. It's all do it yourself. That's the reason why the rate is so low. You do it yourself. You do your own data entry, you do your own follow-up, and also there's like particular criteria to get this rate. You have to have 20% deposit, very strong income like my client over here. However, they don't do first home guarantee scheme, but they offer very minimal service, right? You have to line up, be on hold with that online bank. And for example, if that happened that day on the 11th hour, because no one is project managing your loan because there's no broker representation, you got to do it yourself. You are earning good income like my client. You're bloody busy with your day working. But because you're so attracted with the bloody lower rate, so you got to call up this online bank. And I can 100% assure you, because they're cutting down on the service that brokers can provide. Their service team is probably overseas, outsourced, Philippines, India, right? What happens is, I don't think they can help you settle if there was an 11th hour stuff up with one of the loan docs, right? Versus for my client, yes, they're probably paying maybe 0.10 to 0.2% higher than these online pop-up banks. But hey, you're not going to be stuck with this bank for the next 30 years. Usually about 1 or 2 years, refinance, look for a better rate. But at least under a lender broker represented bank, you have a do it for you strategy, whilst do it yourself strategy, right? We are on the phone. Like my team, usually a medium brokerage, about 8 to 10 people in that team will be on the phone with settlements teams to fix it. And what happened is we did fix it, right? We were on call with them for the whole 6 to 7 hours to make sure, escalating to the estate manager to make sure that document was then re-signed by the client, was escalated, got them to accept it, and then book settlement on the same day. I was able to book it.
Yeah.
And all done.
All done, bro. It's all done. Saying that's all settled.
All settled, man. So yeah.
Good shit, bro. It's good shit.
And because of this fast and responsive action, the client could settle on the day. And my client over here is a white collar professional earning to over 250 grand, right? So if they miss settlement today, they would be paying $400 a day in late settlement fees. There'll be rebooking fees. And if he didn't settle the property today, the developer that was guaranteeing him the rental guarantee of 6.5%, he will not get this because he missed settlement that was on the contract. Say he decided to go no frills, chose an online bank for 5.99, and the repayment would have been $3,593. Compared to what I got him, 6.19 at 600K, he'll be paying $3,670 per month. The difference is only $77 per month extra by using a broker represented lender, because this is all done for you, and it would have saved him from all these extra costs. And basically, it's extra $924 per year. Now, a lot of first home buyers will say, hey, that's a lot of money, Q. Well, if you say that, I have nothing to say. You pay for what you get. For this example, the client chose to save themselves time because they're really busy. 1 hour, they're probably generating about $200 an hour. They prioritize our service, our holistic service, and the 15 years of experience. Now, if that is not your thing, I get it. I'm not trying to scare you, right? There's a reason why people use buyer's agents and pay them big buck to find them property versus those who do a bloody course and then go find it themselves, right? Different category of clients, but I just want to show you the difference. Now, as a broker, honest to heart, we want to get you the best rate with the service that's described for this client over here. However, there are certain lenders that do not want us to represent that product to be given to a client because they don't want to pay it through their rate, which they're keeping at very low, which is fair enough because that comes out of their marketing budget when we invoice them for our fees, right? But then don't expect the best service, right? Check up all the reviews that for those non-banks. You can see terrible service, but really good rate. But when it comes to, oh, can I get more lending or can I cash out? Can I do this? Oh, sorry, we're no frills. You gotta like go somewhere else, which is fine. Then some clients come to me and we refinance those structures. But don't think for a second that the lowest rate is what you aim for. You got to understand that what you pay for is what you get, right? If you want the service, then you got to use a lender that obviously has a bit of margin for our commission, obviously, because we don't work for free. I have a freaking family to feed as well, right? But we don't charge you up front. We go through the rate model, which they build a margin, and then we give you that service. And in this example, client over here, bloody happy. They're aware that they could get something cheap over here, right? They could buy some, no frills plastic bag, but they chose the LV Gucci experience, right? And then I saved them this much money. And when you look at this is a few grand versus bloody this. And on top of that, with the service and experience, they got myself with 15 years experience and a team of 8 people to look after their home loan and property purchasing journey and accumulation journey for the rest of their life.
Good shit, thanks for that, man. God damn.
Oh shit. Yeah. Right? Whilst pop-up bank wouldn't give a fuck about you, man. You get the rate, you call them, go on hold for 2 hours. This is what you get, fucker. I'm sorry, this might sound like a rant, but I have been speaking to a lot of people so narrow-minded with the cheapest rate, and I totally get it, okay? But I want to show you the difference of what could have happened if this was you and you chose the cheapest rate and a no-frills lender. I'm sorry if this happens to you because you chose to go for what you pay for, lowest frill lender, then sucked in. But all I can say is sucked in. But hopefully this doesn't happen to you. But for this client, I can guarantee you, he's a mate for life, he's a client for life, and he will definitely come back for another property because this lender is very flexible in releasing equity, has a higher valuation. Good, it's all good. So that's good, man. 3 months, we go again, like swap it again to another one, and we'll go again. And in the next 12 months, he'll probably pocket a capital growth of 100 to 150K, whilst the other clients who chose the no frills bank probably very cheap with their property estimation. And then in the next 12 months, there's minimal equity. The client can't get another loan because of the limited borrowing power. Sucked in, lower rate. You save yourself $77 a month, but you can't get another property. And then by retirement, this client has a multiple property portfolio and you're probably sitting on one because you want everything cheap, 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 cheap. I'm telling you, cheap people will get cheap retirement.
Yeah. Well, man. Yeah, thanks for your help, bro.
No, that's okay, man. That's okay. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you think.